Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is your host, the Peace Dealer. The moon is in Taurus. The sun is in Pisces. We are grounding unconventionally through your five senses, an auto-nervous or autonomous receptivity to your own body's physical function and ability to ground through these senses and functions the complete divine perception and experience of your life. And let me not even just say your life, because I like to think reality correlates with Virgo, and then life correlates with Sagittarius, and Pisces correlates with existence. And so, given this with the influence of Uranus, innovative manifestation of this existential energy and transit, what in a nutshell you're going to experience coming into the moon in Gemini that's going to prepare to shift this energy into Aries and spark probably the greatest war you've ever seen, even though this war has already started a long time ago, but we'll have a facelift and act like it's new, but you're not slick. This is definitely en route to that. I don't know how else to say this because this is very controversial, and you know, that whole theory about there being split worlds where people who choose 3D will stay in 3D. Well, you know, people have already awakened. Like, the whole notion of awakening powers is here. So, you know, some people may not be able to see with their higher senses that split. I don't want to make this too vague. It's literally just as simple as opening the ability to see with your spirit instead of your physical eyes. This is going to ground more so in the sense where, and this is why it's hard for me to say, you're going to break through more than ever in unconventional manifestations of your own supernatural energy through new physiological responses to the environment that happen automatically in an auto-nervous type of way, where your body is moving on its own, especially with the proximity of the moon's transit to Neptune, which will, through the astral... Can you hear me channeling? I'm listening to the shit I'm saying, like, this is fucking crazy. That through the astral imagination will be guiding your body. It's crazy, but it's fucking true. So hold on. Now, first of all, I want to shout out Drake, because Drake just posted something that I think he wrote too, because he's a moon in Cancer, and you know what I'm saying? This message, I want to shout out Drake because this message is for moon and Capricorns. Moon and Capricorns, people got us fucked up. I'm just gonna be honest. People understand that people kind of, it's really hard for people to accept, even some moon and Caps. It's kind of hard for people to accept that moon in Capricorn doesn't have emotions, and moon in Aquarius. That doesn't mean we don't feel, especially if you're a projector and you have open energy centers. The cardinal action of feeling is Cancer, right? But, you know, especially when you have Saturn on your moon, it's hard for a lot of people to accept that, you know, we don't fucking have emotions like that, like y'all do. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, moon in Cap, moon in Aqua, I don't have to tell you shit. I love you, moon in Aqua. You're the only other moon sign that don't have emotions. So I love you. I love you. You're my favorite moon sign. Okay, but other than that, moon and Cap, some of you be feeling guilty because you let all these other moon signs in their feelings be like, you have emotions too. And then the moon and Cap is like, how do I let these niggas know like I really don't? So shout out to Drake. Shout out to Champagne Poppy, because his post was pretty much saying like, y'all need to live. You're not gonna be the age you are for like any more than 365 days. So, you know, many of y'all need to cut that, oh, I don't care about anybody, I don't have any emotions, no, I'm not gonna let myself hurt. You need to be vulnerable. Isn't that so moon in Cancer? You need to be vulnerable, and I co-sign that. You don't know how annoyed I am at people trying to act like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't care about anything, I don't have emotions, and it's like, bitch, your moon is not in Capricorn. That's us, bitch. That's us. Let us be us. So I'm just tired of people, like, when I say I don't have emotions, I mean that shit. I'm not trying to be fucking like a badass. Like, it's a moon and Cap thing. And we're annoyed at people who try to act like us. Because you mad or in your feelings, and it's like, embrace your soul. So I co-sign what Champagne Poppy said. I think that's a beautiful message. And Cap moons, don't let these people, you know, make you feel bad for not really having emotions. I'm just be honest. Because I noticed I've never met another moon in Capricorn that has acknowledged they have feelings. It's always water signs, and it's always fucking fire signs that are like, no, you're just not accepting your emotions, and you have to feel them. And that's when I was like, oh, you motherfuckers are just in your feels. You think we all have feels. And you may feel that we feel because everyone feels. That doesn't mean we have emotions or even a soul, but we do. But yes, shout out to the Cap Moons. You know I love you. I had to make this message. Virgo, Taurus Moon, you're not gang. You're Earth sign tribe, but you're not gang. Okay, Taurus Moon, you're exalted. You don't fall in love. That's why we fuck with you, Taurus Moon. Taurus Moon is the only moon that don't fall in love with other moons. It's like, bitch, I'm exalted. I don't fuck with you niggas. And then Virgo Moon... Virgo Moon is gang. Taurus Moon is gang. I take that back. But yeah, Cap Moon, we don't have emotions. Aquarius Moon, you're a robot, and I love you. Other than that, and if you hear these people say we do feel, they lying. They lying. Other than that, you're grounding so much supernatural magic in your ability to perceive this all, that this is going to continue like never before to open up avenues of how to, through neuro-linguistic programming, push this in your ability to maneuver around this world with this physiological experience through Virgo. And thankfully, unlike me, you actually do have emotions that you can embrace, and you don't have to you don't have to not be vulnerable. That's another thing about his post. That, you have to really be vulnerable. And, a Cap Moon ain't gonna be vulnerable for nobody. That's hilarious. But all you other moon signs, other than the Aqua, y'all better be vulnerable. Just like Moon in Cancer said, y'all gotta open up, especially with this transit. You feel me? Like, the moon has just crossed Chiron in Aries. And so you've uncovered at a deeper level vulnerabilities around expressing your identity and your ego that are grounding through Taurus, so that you can flesh these out through your values. Okay? But Moon and Caps, don't let these people play you. Moon in Capricorn, people like, oh, you never want to be vulnerable. That's because our moon is in Cap. That's not an excuse. We ain't using astrology to make excuses. Or if you want vulnerability, go find a Cancer. Go find a Scorpio. Okay? You should know the game. You should know the game. But other than that, this is not only super revealing once again, this is putting you in a position with the South Node still in Sagittarius to unlock the higher meaning of everything that's grounding through your experience. In fact, even me just saying everything I'm saying is just for my frequency to enable unlocking of light codes through my sun's connection with the transiting North Node in Gemini. That's why I'm saying it's kind of hard to put this into words, because what you're grounding is everything that's beyond your current conscious experience. It's hard for me to explain to you with this 3D dimension or third dimensional perspective that you're going to be perceiving different dimensions and also different facets of time all at once. It's like trying to explain 7D to a 2D surface that can only see flat. And being that we can only perceive space and time, it is the physiological receptivity, almost like your body being an antenna and transmitter, that's going to use your body as this transmitter to, through your own feelings and senses, feel into what's beyond this realm. And what you're grounding is the higher aspect of you that's beyond all this. And so it's misleading for me to say this is the transit that's going to break you through superpowers, when every transit is doing this. The flavor of this with Uranus coming out of the gauntlet, since it went through the South Node in Sag, is getting ready to manifest unconventionally all that power that awakened when it went through Capricorn. We are post new moon. It's the dawn of the supernatural, and the supernatural synchronicities and signs you experienced are going to be so tangible. For some of you are in denial because you've always been afraid of your psychic ability. And so you may always say they're signs, but this transit is going to force you to own up to your power. And it's going to really now complete cumulative cycles that have prepared your consciousness to step through into the next door of awakening. And so for many of you, you're going to have a moment coming into the moon in Gemini where you step into a whole new reality. Others may not even realize. It's going to be weird because it's a bit of a divergence where you're in the same physical space as everyone else, but what you perceive is way different than anywhere else. You know, you could be the only one in the room, or 5 people in a room of 20 who are seeing a spiritual world overlap with this physical realm. And to others, they're in a whole nother world, but you're starting to bridge into the higher. Some of you have always been in this world, and you're awakening to the fact that as much as this world, which is an illusion, made you feel that that world is an illusion, that world is actually real where you come from, and you were here to assist this illusion or simulation to prepare people to go back to that world. Okay, and so you're gonna realize, wow, I was fucking right the whole time. Moon in Taurus is gonna ground this experience. So it's going to bring elements of your subjective reality and imagination and ground it here in ways that make you realize, oh shit, I wasn't just thinking this in my head. There's actual consequential cause-effect, causality. I just wanted to say cause-effect, causality, which is redundant, but like, there's actually consequence to what I'm imagining, and it's gonna flip around the way you perceive everything coming into Aries season, where you'll take action on that. So think the magicians, think Hogwarts. All right, when people speak of that divergence of like 2 different worlds, where the people who choose to remain 3D will remain 3D, but the people who go to 5D go 5D, this is kind of what they're talking about, except it's not a new world. There's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, and a lot of you who are here for the judgment process are incarnating. There's still 2 classes of children, the Pluto Sages and the Pluto Caps, that we need to wait to come of age, and then it's Judgment Day. So kind of just leaked some exclusive info, but other than that, okay, and Pluto Cap is going to come of age like 25, 30 years from now. So we don't have much time at all. And it's already starting because we came of age, all the 90s. So that brought in the apocalypse. All the Saturn Aquas are sustaining it. And Saturn Pisces, I don't know if y'all know, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Y'all are literally getting prepared to lead an entire world. So y'all need to have patience and love for those born 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. At a young age, they're going to have to inherit the responsibility of the whole world. And we basically fucked it all up for them. So they're all stressed. They're not going to tell you this because they understand now. And like, I'm talking about the responsibility of everything around them. Saturn Pisces, Saturn Aries in 96, 97 literally has to lead a whole populace of people individually. They're stressed the fuck out. So please just really, everyone is, but especially them, please be very kind to them. They're getting ready for their Saturn returns. And other than that, y'all better stop playing with Moon and Cap. We are the only moon sign that is allowed to not have emotions and not really care, not be vulnerable. Stop making us feel like, oh, you're just afraid to be vulnerable. No, bitch, a nigga has Saturn on his moon. He don't do that. He don't do that. I'm tired of hearing these Cancers, these Leo, like these fire and earth water signs act like they know what a moon and earth is supposed to feel. We don't feel, nigga. We don't feel. We sense physically with our sensations. That's some water sign shit. Y'all feel. Leave us alone. And Moon and Aqua, holla at me. Aquarius, holla at me. We can be emotionless together. That's sexy to me. Okay, y'all stay blessed as always. Peace.